Hey guys, it's Isleny again. I wanted to share with you something that we are going through that is worrisome, and I figured that I wanted to come on here and I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of my son's developmental progress. So this is Ricky. Say hi, Ricky.
Hi.
Hi.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. So this is my oldest son, Ricky. He is 2 years old. You say two? Two. Okay, you're 4 years old. Okay. He's 2 years old. Like this. ¿Dónde están los ojos? Ojos? Muy bien. Yay! So I wanted to show you guys a little bit of my son's developmental progress. When he turned a year old... You gonna let me talk, Ricky? So when my son was a year old, I took him to the pediatrician for his 1 year appointment, and I told the pediatrician about my worries of his speech. Oh, be careful. About my worries of his speech. So my son at 1 year old did not talk. He didn't say anything, which is not unusual for kids at 1 year old. But I had this app on my phone that told me milestones of what your child should be doing. And the app kind of said, you should be excited because your kid is now saying like 5 to 10 words or whatever. So I consulted with the pediatrician and I asked him, like, what is it that his vocabulary should consist of? And he said that he should already be saying anywhere between 5 to 12 words. He wasn't. So I told the pediatrician that I was worried and I asked him if I should consider services. I know, I was like really ahead of myself, but I was worried because he didn't say anything. And more than anything, he had like really throaty noises. Like he would be like goo 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 goo, like it sounded like his words were like stuck in his throat and they didn't come out. And on top of that, around this age is that I started noticing that his tonsils were really big. I didn't mention it at this doctor's appointment because I completely forgot at his 1 year appointment because I was dealing with a newborn. So I spoke to the pediatrician. The pediatrician told me that we were going to give it some time. He said that kids are very different, and it could just be that because he's getting two languages at the same time, because we speak Spanish fluently and English fluently. So we decided that we wanted to teach our son Spanish first, but it kind of is a mixture now, so he is spoken to in Spanish and English. So the pediatrician said that it could be that because of the two languages, he's just slightly delayed in speaking. So he said that we would touch base at his 2 year appointment and see where his progress is. We left the pediatrician's office and we basically said if the pediatrician's not really worried about it and he suggests that we wait until the 2 year mark, then we'll just wait until the 2 year mark. We had an appointment for Elias, which is my younger son, and at that appointment, I tell the pediatrician that I feel like Ricky's tonsils are enormous. And when I tell this to the pediatrician, he immediately said, I'm just gonna give you guys a referral to an ENT. Call the ENT, I'll put the referral through so that he can see them. An ENT, for those of you that don't know, is an ear, nose, and throat specialist, also called otolaryngology. That word is very difficult. My husband took Ricky to the ENT, and the ENT basically said that they rate the tonsils on a scale of 1 to 4. And 1 being the smallest and 4 being absolutely the largest, so you need to get them taken out. And he was at a 4. And for a child of his age, it's, I'm not going to say very rare, but it's unusual for you to have tonsils removed at such a young age unless it's an emergency or something that's really bad. So he was at a 4, and the specialist said that he would have to have his tonsils and his adenoids removed. For those of you that don't know where tonsils or adenoids are located, because I didn't know what an adenoid was, I'm going to put a picture here so you guys can see. The adenoids and the tonsils are very close together. The adenoids are at the base of like your nose, behind, like in the back, and then your tonsils are the two little balls that you have in your throat, basically. It's a very simple procedure. It's something that is done frequently. A lot of people have their tonsils taken out, but of course I was freaking out. I was very worried because my son had just recently had surgery for an umbilical hernia. He was not eating at this point when we already took him to the ENT. He stopped eating solid foods. He was only eating banana and strawberry smoothies, yogurt, and then he wasn't eating that. They scheduled the appointment for like 3 months later, and then the ENT called back and said, I'm sorry for the confusion, but he cannot wait that long. He needs to get this done like within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So she schedules an appointment 3 weeks later so he can have his tonsils taken out, and thank goodness that she changed the appointment, because it was horrible. My son was losing a lot of weight. He was crying all the time. Even drinking something would bother him. He was snoring, and then it would kind of sound like he would stop breathing in the middle of the night. Like he was having little episodes where it was difficult for him to breathe, so he was sleeping like propped up on pillows. It was exhausting, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It was just not a fun time for us. After he got his tonsils taken out, we saw a very, very positive change. We go to his 2-year appointment, we speak with the pediatrician, and the pediatrician tells us that he does believe that now is the time for him to get some help. Still, wasn't speaking. So at this point, he was saying, at 2 years old, he was saying, Mama, Papa, hi, with hand signals, and bye-bye, with hand signals. Now, although my son doesn't have a very extended vocabulary, he doesn't speak out loud a lot, very expressive, which means he'll grab my hand, he'll point to things that he needs, he'll kind of make noises like if he's trying to tell me what he needs, he'll be like, and then he'll point. That is my rendition of how Ricky talks to me. So he's very, very expressive. He definitely knows what he wants, and he understands, you know, food and bedtime and bath time, and he definitely understands everything. He definitely gets his point across, but he doesn't speak. So we spoke with the pediatrician at his 2-year appointment, and the pediatrician said, yes, it's time. So I suggest that you get... What did he say, Ricky? What did he say? What did the pediatrician say? What did he say? So the pediatrician said that he thinks it would be good for us to consult with birth to 3. In Connecticut, there is a system called birth to 3, which is basically where they see kids from birth to 3 years of age for whatever kind of services that they may need. Speech therapy, occupational therapy, developmental therapy, all kinds of therapies, food therapy, every kind of therapy you could think of for kids since they're born until they're 3 years old. So Ricky is technically coming in towards a later stage. Obviously, there are services past 3 years old, but they are with a different company, and they basically put us in contact with them once Ricky starts getting to the end of his therapy. So we decided that it would not hurt to give it a try. So Birth to 3 came to our house about 3 weeks ago. They did an initial evaluation. Basically, they asked us like a million questions. They asked us his eating habits, how much TV time he gets in a day, does he go to daycare, does he interact with other kids his age, do we talk to him, what language do we talk to him in, what he does throughout the day, what his schedule looks like, what is his nap time, is he sleeping. They asked us 1,000,001 questions about his day-to-day, and at the end of everything, they tell you what services are available to you. And so after everything, it turns out that my son has a significant communication delay. Basically just means that he doesn't speak. They did flag him for autism. They said that they have to put a flag down because he is very advanced in certain areas and he is very delayed in the communication area. And they said that it's just something that they had to flag. They didn't really go into detail as to which questions or what flagged him for the autism, but they said as we go through his therapy, a speech therapist, a developmental therapist, and an occupational therapist, because of the issue that he's having with eating different foods and different textures and things of that nature, they say that he qualifies for occupational therapy. There's going to be a couple of different people that are going to be coming and not only helping him, but helping us to figure out what areas we can improve upon. And I don't know, this whole kind of introduction to the system, I still don't know 100% how I feel about everything. I kind of wonder to myself, did I get ahead of myself? Is this something that I should have done? Now, technically, he's been flagged for autism, and did I kind of create something that isn't there. I mean, obviously if they came and they sat with him, they did a series of activities with him. They asked us a bunch of questions. They did a very thorough analysis, I feel like, because they sat down with him and it was kind of embarrassing because she was asking him to do certain things that kids his age are supposed to be doing, and I felt a little embarrassed because there's certain things that you basically feel like I don't know, that's like, ugh. There's a couple of things that she was asking him to do that you would think is really basic. Like, she would take out different colors and she would ask him to match, and then she would say the color, the sounds of the animals, and she was like counting, and I don't know, I just felt like, not like we're neglecting our kids, because we're obviously not neglecting our kids. We're just really busy, you know, because we work a 9 to 5, and it's really tiring to come home at the end of the day and then have to, I don't know, kids require a lot of attention, and I feel like we were kind of slacking in certain areas and we could have been helping him a little bit more. So the lady, after she finished everything, she said that they're not only gonna come and give him therapy for speech and all the stuff that they're offering us, but they're gonna kind of help my husband and I to identify which areas we could be, I don't know, kind of reinforcing with him. And it's things that it just kind of feels like when they were putting the plan together, and then when they were telling us about like how to get him to talk, the lady was like, he basically just needs human interaction and to hang out with kids his age. Because I interpreted it where she was just like, you kind of just have to spend time with your kid and then have friends that have kids the same age. Like, she asked us if we have any friends, who our support system is. I don't know. I guess I kind of just wanted to make this video to vent a little bit and to let you guys know what's going on with Ricky. So Ricky right now is going to be going through a therapy. He's going to be getting therapy for his speech, and the occupational therapist is going to come and she's going to do an evaluation, and she's going to see what specific services she's going to offer him. But we're basically going to be going through a little trial with him, and his therapy starts on the 2nd of October, so we will definitely keep you in the loop with what's going on with Ricky. So give this video a thumbs up if you are interested in continuing to learn about Ricky's developmental progress. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell for notifications so you can know when my new videos are out. That's all I got for you guys today.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, guys.